We are live with Dayna. What's up, Dayna?
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So, Dayna, maybe you could introduce yourself, who you are, how you found me, all that good stuff.
My name is Dayna. I have a 3.5-year-old. I'm a hairdresser. I work all the time, and I'm always busy. I always say there's like not enough time in the day for anything.
Yeah.
I went from working out. I work out a lot, but I move a lot, and I never saw results, and I got super tired of it. And then one night, like drinking wine, of course, I was just scrolling on Instagram, and Dylan, I don't know, something like popped up, and I don't know, it just like hooked me, and I got lost in that rabbit hole. And I was like, I'm a mom. I want to be able to still drink and eat what I want, but not really eat what I want, but learn how to eat what I want.
Yeah.
Which is like the major thing, like learning how to eat what I want.
For you, you mentioned that you're like, I just didn't, there's like no time. And I think one of the things moms struggle with is having time to, be healthy, really, like get all this stuff done. So how did you do it?
So I really struggled with the whole meal prep thing. But I just really tried to focus on it. And I learned that I can do it in 2-day increments. So I cook, it just happens to be like my schedule. Like I can like prepare some things on Monday night for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, I can prepare things for Thursday and Friday. And then I kind of like Saturday and Sunday I'm off. So I kind of have a little bit more flexibility per se. But instead of like trying to make everything on Monday and killing myself to want to eat everything that week, and you know how that goes. It's just repetitive and annoying. So that took me like a couple weeks to kind of figure out on my own, but that just worked for me. We eat out a lot on the weekends. So that was a struggle for me. That's still a little bit of a struggle for me, but just because I'll eat really well, like in the morning and afternoon, but then I kind of, like if I go out and have a couple of drinks, it's hard for me. I'm not going to pull out my little scale and start with all my food in the middle of a restaurant, or it's the summer, like at a barbecue. So Amber has been freaking phenomenal. So she just kind of helped me realize that you can sort of start to gauge what you're eating by visually, by kind of paying more attention during the week. So instead of just like throwing it on a scale and like logging it, I was like paying attention to like what it looked like quantity wise. And if anything, it really helped me just make better choices. Like instead of indulging on big, huge pots of pasta.
How'd that feel to be able to like go out and still stay on track, once you finally got that down? What was that like for you?
It actually made me feel really good. But yeah, it did, because it really helped me. And what I wanted to really get out of all of this was really understanding the nutritional end of it, because I think a lot of times I thought I was being really healthy and I wasn't. And I also realized, and again, Amber has like helped me kind of realize this, is that when you fail, you learn from it. So instead of like beating myself up, if I had like a barbecue or was out on a boat fucking binge drinking on the river, I was like, you know what, I'm fuck that up. But I wasn't like put back as far as I was prior. Like I feel like prior to working with you guys, I really struggled bouncing back, and I struggled with all of it. And
definitely. And I think a lot of moms out there probably listening to this struggle with, I was literally just talking to somebody before you, and she's like, I do great on the weekend and I fall off on the weekend, and I'm like so far away, and I just say F it, and like it kind of spirals. how do you like, what would you recommend if someone's kind of in, like, even another mom in that situation, just like constantly on the weekend, just, like going all the way back and then kind of throwing out the baby with the bathwater? Like, what would you tell them? What's your
You
best
know,
advice?
I just, my best advice is just to try to like still indulge, but just indulge less. Like I
Yeah.
would, I mean, I was eating hoagies and drinking beer all last weekend and put on probably 6 pounds, but then lost it and some. Like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I wasn't like eating pizza all day and eating hoagies, and I was kind
Totally.
of making better decisions.
Yeah. And I think yeah, not even moms, just people in general, kind of like, oh my God, like one day is going to destroy everything. But even if you see like a 6 pound increase in like, you have a smaller frame, it goes away really quick. And I think we kind of get in the path of like, oh, it's 6 pounds up, like whatever, I'm just going to put this on the back burner and start it whenever. Um, and so one thing I want to address with you, because I saw in your, when I was looking through your chart, that you started at eating not as much food. And then we upped you. What was that experience like, and how'd that feel, and what were your results from it?
I mean, when she told me I had to eat like 115 grams of protein, I was like, is she out of mind? Like I can barely eat this.
Right.
But I don't know. It's beyond, blows my mind that it just works.
Yeah.
And I feel better. Like I feel
Mhm.
fuller,
Yeah.
you and
Mhm.
I had to try to differentiate like the junk food eating to
Mhm.
like eating to
Mhm.
to to eat, like to actually be healthy. So like, I would, prior to all this, like I could consume junk food like no other. But now, like she has me eating all this protein and I just feel better.
Yeah.
I stopped eating gluten because of you guys, really. Like, and I didn't even realize until those first 2 weeks like ended. And I was like, shit, I feel so much better. And I wasn't even like losing a lot of weight. I just felt better.
Right.
And I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, I haven't had dairy in 2 weeks and I haven't had any gluten in anything. And now I still like snack on pretzels and stuff, but I feel like shit.
Yeah. And so obviously, like, you're still able to have meals out, have pretzels, like stuff, and you're
Oh
like, just,
yeah.
and like do it, like you were saying, to, do it. If like, you should do it, right? You should deviate and have junk food and like have whatever you want, but do it less. What was like, transferring mentally from that process where it kind of used to be like not all in, all out, but like, you know what I mean, kind of along those lines for you, and then going to moderation? What was that like mentally for you?
I thought it was going to be a lot harder, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Um, because if anybody knows me, there's not like pretzel I don't like, and I really love Skittles and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And honest to God, as weird as it's gonna sound, once I started like seeing results and feeling better, I didn't even give
Mhm.
a shit. I was
Mm.
like, all right, well, when I can have it in moderation, I never felt like I was depriving myself
Right.
because as long as I put it into my account, it just it was fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
instead of like, I don't
Mhm.
even, like everybody
Yeah.
has poison, right? So instead of like, I don't know, eating a whole
Being
bag
able to,
of those, you're doing like, you get that fix and
yeah,
it's whatever.
yeah, and kind of like not feeling deprived anymore,
Hmm.
like, how is it different now than it was before when you started this program?
How's it now than before? How so?
Like, in terms of like, because you're just saying like, I don't feel deprived. Like, did you used to feel deprived, and how would that work
Oh,
out
I
for
feel,
you?
you know what? I used to like beat myself up over it. So I would be like, oh my God, I
Mm.
just had a cheesesteak and French fries and, ice cream. Like I'm such a slob. Like I feel so shitty. Like I just
Yeah.
worked out and did all this crap all week. And I don't know, I was like beating myself up over stuff
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was a reason because I was kind of contradicting everything I was trying to do. But because
Right.
I would keep it away, like I was like, I can't have this, I can't have that. And then I would just indulge. So now
Right.
I feel better that I was like, well, I can have a half a cheesesteak if I want. I just need to make sure it's like I'm not overindulging all day on everything
Yeah.
else.
Right. Right. In moderation. And so, yeah, it sounds like, in terms of, you obviously saw really good results. You're able to pretty much live your lifestyle. It's just a little bit differently. A lot of moms listening to this, are having a lot of hard time just keeping on trying different things and trying and not really committing to themselves. What would you say to a mom kind of in that situation, like to just finally take the action, take the step to like commit themselves and, do something serious about taking control of their health again?
Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer this right, but I guess for me, I feel like I always tried to be healthy. So
Hmm.
I was like, if I spend this money, like I have to be healthy
Yeah.
and I have to stick to it. And, I think I told you we were trying to have more kids. That didn't really work out. But like, I was like,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to blow up again, like when I was pregnant before, like, and, you know, everybody has their reasons for everything, but I wanted to show my son like healthy habits.
Yeah.
Um, I have my niece a lot and she struggles with her weight. And I just always tried to like make everything health oriented and feeling good about yourself, whether or not, like, I'm not saying anybody needs to be like, I don't want to be 110 pounds. I just want to
Right.
feel good. And
Yeah.
I know that I'm doing what I can do to feel good, opposed to, I don't know.
Yeah. How do
Always.
you feel like, yeah, how do you feel like that impacted your niece and like your child, basically, like seeing
Oh
you?
my God, my son's so cute. He's always like, Mom, you exercising? Mom, is this healthy? And I'm like, yeah, and I was always like that, but like now I feel better about it because I feel
Mm,
better,
right.
as weird as that is.
Yeah.
And my niece doesn't have a mom. So like I feel like I'm very involved with her. So,
Mhm.
she's been seeing it as like taking care of yourself and not the vanity
Mhm.
issue,
Yeah.
because I don't want her to ever have that vanity issue. I
Yeah.
want it to be more of like feeling good. You can be
Yeah.
200 pounds and feel good.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's built so differently.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's really just about how you feel about yourself and like, and taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. Uh, that's really the reason we do it. It's
Yeah.
not really ever like, yeah, we kind of like see before and afters and we get motivated and all this stuff, but like, it's really about the way we feel about ourselves at the end of the day that's going to really cause that internal motivation, like you were saying.
Yeah. And it's not, and I also, to be clear, was very aware that this was not an overnight process.
Yeah.
Like my biggest thing I always say to people in general, just and with everything in life, is like give yourself obtainable expectations.
Yeah.
I knew this wasn't going to happen overnight. I was very aware that this would be like a process because I wanted to learn about it. Like I didn't want people to just be like, these are your macros, this is what you have to do. Like the whole
Mhm.
like slowly moving into things really, really helped me. It was like baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. And for you guys listening, like what Dana's talking about is we focus on just one habit at a time in terms of nutrition or training, whatever it is, and then we stack on top of that from week to week. So moving through that process, scientifically, you're able to have a lot higher success rate. But what was that for you to able to really like just kind of be along for that process? What did how did you feel like it because I think a lot of moms try to just like, they want to get it off as fast as possible, right? And just like rush through the process. How were you able to slow things down and able to like just kind of go along with the process?
I think you just have to have like faith in the process. Like,
Mm,
I mean, honestly, it's just, I think if you want like overnight results, this just isn't for you. And I don't think and here's the other thing, like, if you want overnight results, like that's what you've been failing. That's what I was feeling with every other aspect that I tried. Like I kill myself with cardio, or I would try these stupid fucking diets and like they failed. So I was like, I'm doing something wrong. Like,
yeah.
like I'm doing everything right, but in the wrong way. Does that make sense?
100%, and I think 95% of the people I talk to on the phone, they're just they're trying to rush through things, and they've done all these quick fixes in the past. And it's like, well, the quick fixes are what got you to where you are. Like, are you ready to change, slow this down? That's great. And results, your before and afters look amazing. Obviously hearing your process and what's changed for you both mentally and just from a habitual standpoint, and just how it's affected everyone is really great to see. But really appreciate you hopping on and letting me interview you. And it's gonna be very inspiring for a lot of moms to hear this. But anything you want to leave off with, the moms kind of listening that you feel like would really help them?
I just think, like I said, like if you really want something, and if you're really like worried about, no matter what is triggering you, like if it's your vanity, it's you want to fit into your clothes or whatever it is, you just have to focus on it and just take a breath. Know that you're going to fail a couple days here and there. Don't beat yourself up over it, and just keep going, because it truly is like, it works. It's just, you have to learn how it works for you.
Yeah. Learn and then just adjust, and don't give up on yourself.
I do half workouts, and then I like stop for like 10 hours, and I have to do it when I get home. Like, and they're not even like long. And I'm just like, I try to get it in whenever I can. Yeah.
It's great. Love it. Thank you again so much for hopping on, and excited to see the rest of your process.
You're welcome. I hope I helped.
Thanks, Dayna.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.